Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First frame, Ken Doherty to break.
Ken Doherty gets this best of 11 frame match underway. And you just spotted a little bit of cotton wool in his ears. He's had an ear infection, Ken. But I spoke to him the other day and he said it was sort of over the worst of it. So let's hope it doesn't affect his play. Well, something in the ear like that could affect your balance. Ooh, and what a great start from the wild card, who had a very good victory in his opening match against Marco Fu from Hong Kong. What a good red this was. And that's Junhui. Well, potted the black. I don't think it really is he intended, but he's knocked this red onto the right centre.
Nine.
Well, this young man is a very aggressive player. He has the perfect angle here to go into the pink, but there is the one loose red, but into the pink is the normal shot. Couldn't have played it better. He hit that absolutely perfectly. The beauty of that shot now, they
14.
screw into the pink, because if you stun down into the pink, sometimes the white will come away from the pink, but the fact that you screw into it, once it hits the pink, it stops dead, and that was excellent. Good chance, this.
$15.
A little bit careless, just about got an angle on the blue.
$20.
Yes, I'm sure that Ken knew he was going to be in for a tough match. These two players have actually played each other just once before.
21.
And that was a 5-4 victory to Ken. So he's obviously seen this young man play at close quarters over a best-of-9 match and obviously struggled to beat him. They made Ken 4-9 favourite to win this match, which I think was not too generous. I know that a few of the punters around the country have favoured young Ding Junhui in this match and laid Ken Doherty.
$29.
That's the first loose shot he's played. I don't know whether it flew off the cushion a bit, but I don't think he can see enough of the black to pot it. It looked a straightforward shot, didn't it? But that seemed to... Well, there was no bounce. Just probably slightly misjudged.
Yeah, and also he seemed to get into it a little bit too much, didn't he?
Well, he feels that the black will pot, but this is tricky.
Good pot. Got a nice little rub on a red. Just left
36.
it on. Just wants a little rub on the red. Nudged it on for the left corner pocket.
37.
Just the one awkward red, that's the one just to the left of the black. If you could clear that out of the way, then you'd fancy him to win the frame at this visit. That's the one he's played for. It's a funny game, isn't it?
44.
Ken Doherty broke off. Not a bad break. Left the cue ball near the baulk cushion.
Yes, the opening red that young Ding Junhui potted was a shot that you want your opponent to go for when you're sat in your chair thinking, come on, have a go at this, because as it's the first shot of the day, you're more than likely to miss it and probably give me half a chance. But the opening red he knocked in was superb, and he didn't get perfect on the black. This was the opening red that he played.
52.
Look, I mean, he's not bound to leave a safety shot after this, so as he pots it, he was making sure he got a good white, you see, coming low, and left himself a difficult black, knocked it in, and from there on he's on 52 and counting. First class.
53.
Perfect angle on the blue. You'd be surprised if he didn't win the frame now at this visit. Excellent start.
$58. 59.
Well, in a practice situation, you would fancy him to clear up from here. He already made a centre in his opening match against Marco Fu, where he admitted in his press conference that he didn't start playing well till he thought he couldn't win when he was 4-2 behind.
66.
Possible 141 on at the moment with blacks. He's finished a bit short here, I
67.
think. He's going to have to play a cannon. 115 is still the highest break, so that's something that I'm sure he will surpass if he clears up by quite a considerable margin. And managed to hold it.
Well, that's the frame safe.
74. $75.
How many times do we see a player do that? Leave himself hampered. This will make it awkward. If he's too straight on this black, he'll be struggling to get on a red. He tried to force an angle. I think he's held the black spot here. No problem. I think he'll go on the pink spot. Oh, it does go on its spot. Still got a tricky red into the left centre. No problem.
83.
Nothing's looked a problem from the opening red up until now. Cool, calm, calculated.
$90.
And even there he got a little flick on that red. He wouldn't have
91.
potted. He played to kiss the red full ball to leave him on a choice of two. There you see the possible 141 available with blacks, of course. And John, at this tournament, that'll take a bit of beating 141 because we've only had one 147 in the history of the tournament.
98.
Yes, I think anything over 140 is a good target. Obviously, you need all the 15 reds, 15 colours
99.
to get to a 141. Yeah, this will be a good target. And boy, hasn't he taken them well.
Well, viewers are probably watching this young man possibly for the
106.
first time. Can't be anything else but impressed. This is break building of the highest quality.
107.
Played that well, perfect on the yellow.
114.
The colours, well, more or less on the spots. The pink's just to one side. Something you do in practice.
160.
And I know these lads do a lot of practice, Willie. They play at Peter Ebden's academy in, is it Wellingborough?
Yes, and Ebden was in super form last night, wasn't he? He started off with a century, made a couple of
190.
centuries, and just looking at the stats, John, he will equal his highest break in tournament play if he clears up here. He made that in the 2005 Irish Masters, and that I'm sure was in a qualifier, so this is in main tournament play, and this is fantastic.
$128. $134.
Absolutely superb. Ding Junhui in superb form with a magnificent 1-4-1 break. How is Ken Doherty playing? We don't know. He only broke off.
I don't see how he can miss the cannon on the two reds in open play with the cue ball coming back for the black. So this needs to go in. Yes, that was very risky, and that's good tactics from Ken. He forced his opponent there into playing a very, very difficult pot, and that's good play. I think this would have been relatively straightforward with his hand on the table, but tight on the cushion, that was tough.
One.
Not the best of chances, this, for Ken. And this is his first time, really, he's had his hand on the table. And he's only just got his hand on the table, hasn't he? Yeah, nicely played that. The green spot is tied up, so the highest spot available. And you can see a little grimace from Ken. The green has gone onto the black spot. But at least it's in open play, which is more than you can say about the blue, the yellow, the brown.
Yes, I think anything above 30 from here would be a good break, with all the colours being at this end of the table, all the reds down that end. I think if you were looking on the spread of what you would score, I think anything above 30, I think 35 would be the mark. Anything above that would be excellent.
5. $11. 12. Okay.
This could make the difference now. Got on the black nicely. And of course, with the green occupying the black spot, the black will go on the blue spot, which is a lot closer to those open reds in the balk end than it would be if it was on its own spot. So this is turning now into a pretty good chance.
19.
Still not straightforward.
$20.
There's no attempt at a pot here, and just bringing the blue into play.
Ken Doherty, 20.
A couple of tempters here for Ken, either the one that's to the left of the yellow spot, that's virtually straight. I think he can get through to the one that's nearest the baulk cushion to cut that one in. That would be the easier of the 3 balls he can pot. That's the one he's going for, I think, the one right at the end of the 3. He went for the middle one, so all 3 were potable. It was a case of which one he felt was the easier. One good shot on the black here, naturally going to take him back up that end of the table, and a chance for Ken, who's virtually been frozen out of this match so far, to level at 1-all. Not straightforward, because he's slightly playing into a blind pocket, and he'll avoid the middle pocket okay, but he needs to play with plenty of screw here to get back up that end of the table. Yes, it wasn't straightforward, that, and he's been lucky really, he didn't get a bit more screw to leave an easy pot.
Yeah, the dreaded miscue, 8. What was it Ted Lowes used to say? Professionals short the cue before they miscue. What's that tip done? Well, seems all right. Not concerned. But it was a chance. Fancied him to knock that one in. It shows you the difference between one frame of snooker to another. Last frame, never missed the ball. Cleared at 141. This one now is becoming to a little tactical side of the game, which I don't think he's as happy with. I think if it comes to a tactical match, I fancy Ken Doherty.
Yes, I think that's the reason Ken was strong favourite to win this match, purely on experience. I mean, on break building ability, there's obviously not a lot between them. But you would favour Ken in every one of these kind of tactical frames. Oh, this is a good shot, as long as the red doesn't stay with the pocket. Very good try, that. Very good try. He can cut this one in, the one that's nearest the baulk pocket, and if he does get close to the pot, he won't kiss anything. I can't see an easy safety shot. Well, he thinks he can get round the back of the one on the green spot. This is tough. Well, I wasn't sure he could miss that red plain ball, but he did do it.
One.
Good pot. Unlucky not to be on a colour. Did it go in the middle of the pocket? Well, virtually.
Junhui,
Oh, that's heavy-handed. Yeah, he has covered it, that. Thought he'd gone too far.
Yeah, super shot. I know we disagree, Willie, but to my mind, Ken Doherty is one of the best at getting out of snooker. You're an Al McManus fan, aren't you?
Angles McManus. Different class.
Dimensions Doherty.
Yes, all the top 16 players in the world have relatively good knowledge around the table. Ken undoubtedly one of the best in that department. I think John Higgins is obviously up there with the very best at the moment. Steve Davis, without doubt, was the greatest of all time, I think.
One.
That was a clever shot, wasn't it?
Angles wouldn't have left that pot on.
Well, we always say that when you're
one.
playing at that pace and they're just off the cushion, you've got to be very accurate. And he felt that was the only way he could get the cue ball up on the red. He's got up on the red, but missed the yellow.
One.
And gifted a chance to Ken Doherty, who's now 3 points in front. Still not a formality to win the frame at this visit, obviously. The green tight on the top cushion. That's going to be one of the
5.
major problems.
Six.
Not as good as he would have liked.
10.
He can still pot the red, but it's a tough one. I think it's a type of red you feel as though you can take on, mainly because the green's in such an awkward position. You wouldn't get the feeling if you missed the red that you're gifting the frame to your opponent. Close.
Ken Doherty, 10.
No cigar, but it's not bad. You can only clip off it, Ding Junhui, and try and get, well, close to the green he'd settled for. And it wasn't easy, particularly with the red being so close to the cushion. You get that sort of swinging effect. The green's the key now to this frame for me. But for the kiss on the black, it'd have been safe, possibly a snooker. But this red's on. Now, if you were really confident, you could roll this red in and cannon the green, but Ken won't be concerned about that. Good pot. He'd like to be on the blue here. And he is. The reason I say that, he wouldn't like to be potting the yellow and have the yellow go back on its own spot. And where the yellow is now, there's a good chance he can get, well, on the green. You'd like to move the green if you had an option, but I don't think that's going to be on, Willie, do you?
Just look at it, John. There is a gap, actually, in between pink and black. Now, I'd risk this, actually. I'd risk playing the cannon here, and if you missed the cannon, you would then have the opportunity
6.
of playing the snooker. Now, the gap is there. Ken doesn't look like he's even interested in getting on the green here, because, I mean, there's no value at all in rolling the green along the cushion. So you either play to move it or play to finish somewhere higher than the black spot and play the easy snooker. He's not actually looked at the gap between pink and black, but there is a gap there. So snooker's coming up.
8.
Yes, he won't be taking this green on now. He's 20 points in front. He only needs the green, which I suppose in a way, if it had just dropped to the top cushion, he could have just rolled the green along the top cushion. But he's a very experienced player, is Ken. And he's studied all the options, and
Ken Doherty,
he thought
8.
that was the best one, and he's got a good snooker there. It's a good snooker. And Junhui, if he misses this snooker, will still be able to win, but of course the way this misrule's played now, Willie, if he doesn't hit it, more than likely that cue ball will be replaced. Good hit, but he's not got it safe, which was the most important thing.
This is going to be an amazing stat, isn't it? Ding Junhui wins the first frame with a break of 141. Ken Doherty looks like winning the second frame with the highest break of 20. What's the difference? Nothing. We're still at 1-all.
3. Ken Doherty, 3.
So, barring snookers, it will be Ken Doherty without doing a lot, but he will have levelled at 1-all. No attempt at the pot here, just running off the outside of the pack, bringing a few reds into play. I always say it's key in this kind of safety exchange to make sure you get past the baulk line, and that's poor from somebody of Ken's class. Whenever your opponent's queuing within 3 or 4 inches of the top cushion, it's always very, very difficult to get back into baulk. This young man's very aggressive. I just wonder whether there's a gap of the playing the pot and avoiding the 2 reds that are nearest the pocket and getting on the black. It's very close to being on this shot. Played the shot we suggested and couldn't have played it better. Black's not a certainty, but the opening red was excellent. You see, it's got the gap there between those reds. Now, it's all about pace, because he couldn't afford the white to bounce on and off the cushion too far, otherwise it would have been a relatively easy plant for Ken in the corner. Probably just roll this in for the red in the middle pocket. Doesn't want to do too much with the cue ball here. Not hard enough for the one in the middle. Does the one pot in the corner?
Must do.
8.
Wasn't it deceiving from that main shot we look at? It didn't look possible, did it, that gap?
9. $16. $17. $24.
Started the last frame with 3 reds and 3 blacks and broke down. This time he's got 3 reds and 3 blacks. The black in now, all reds are in a position where they will pot because he's got rid of the awkward one. Well, he got a kick there. You saw the white bounce
25.
and that took a little bit of pace out of the cue ball. He's still okay.
Well, really, it's worth potting this black now and cannoning into that cluster. Just trying to loosen a few reds. Yeah, it just sounded a little bit heavy, didn't it? But if there's any aspirations to have a real big break, pot the black and cannon into the cluster. He's not doing it. He's rolling the black in. But if you were really thinking big break, Willie, you'd have played the black there and just nudged into the cluster.
32.
Not hard, but just loosen a few more reds.
Couldn't agree more, but if he leaves himself low on this black, he can do exactly that. Especially with the red being over the corner pocket. So he needs to be low here. And he is
33.
low. So, same scenario, John, isn't it? The one previous or this one, it's the same thing, but he must play the cannon this time. He'll be back to the academy if he doesn't play the cannon here. Ah, no more lessons, he's okay.
40. $41. Okay.
This young man has made quite a few maximums in practice. I don't know exactly how many, but I know that every time I talk to Peter Ebden or James Wattenor or Keith, their road manager, he tells me that this young man makes 147s at regular intervals at the academy there in Wellingborough. I think he's made above 20 147s. Not many players have made them in tournament play.
$48.
There's certainly a chance here. These are absolutely lovely.
49.
I wouldn't say it was the wrong shot here to play the cannon on the outside of them, as long as you don't hit them full. The three reds are nice. He doesn't have to do anything too dangerous. Played for the loose one, which is, you know, I wouldn't say that was wrong, especially if the one to the right of the bunch pots. It
56.
does. He's one cannon away from having a chance of a 147 at the Masters.
57.
And this could be the cannon now.
Played it nicely. I think when you
64.
that little cluster of four obviously is going to determine how high this break's going to be, but I always prefer then you'd be low on the black and you sort of went straight into them off the black rather than use the top cushion.
Yeah, I totally agree. If the bunch was tighter, I'd always rather go into them off the cushion, but as you rightly say, John, with them being quite loose, you've got more control with just playing the stun into them. And that'll be in his mind now. He knows this is a great chance.
But while he's got these, well, that's the third
65.
red out of the way, but he's still got two reds in the open. He can play for them if he hasn't got the perfect angle on the black. But he'll be looking for that perfect angle soon. Pots this black, and he's only going to look for one more red to clinch the frame, which is the most important thing at the moment.
Yes, throughout this break, he's finished high on the black every single time. So this is his virtual last chance now. It's
72.
essential to finish low on this black. I think this is perfect.
73.
This is perfect. Now, it doesn't have to go into the middle one of the three. You can see Bristol, either one of the outside ones. Doesn't matter which one. Yes, it's not bad because I think he can run through this.
Yes, he's just
80.
nudged that red up near the pink and blue. It just makes the red a little bit more difficult to get position on the black. I think he can run through this and get on the black. Just got to adjust the pace nicely. Oh, he's got a bad
81.
contact.
That was a kick, John, wasn't it? Took all the pace out of the cue ball. That is very unfortunate.
Well, it certainly sounded like a kick, didn't it? Let's have a look again. Yes, you saw the red bounce when the cue ball hit it. And disappointment. The frame's won.
Foul.
Yes, what a shame from Ken Doherty. He sat in his chair,
Junhui,
remember, a couple of
81 in the
seasons
frame.
ago. He missed the very last black for a 147. He thought his opponent was going to do it there. He didn't, but he did enough to win the frame and take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and it doesn't bother us because we don't compete anymore. We're in the commentary box. But he's not 18 until the 1st of April.
So you would expect a little bit of improvement, John?
Well, I certainly think his knowledge around the balls and what shots to play, his shot selection is going to improve.
16.
And he's got the ability. And he looks to have the temperament. All the makings of a future world champion. But of course, we said that about Jimmy White, didn't we? When he was his age. Jimmy White won the World Amateur Championship when he was 16. And unfortunately, Jimmy's never won a world title, so you can't say it for certain. But he certainly has
17.
the potential to go right to the top of the game.
The way he's played that tells us that both of these reds are available into the corner, not just one of them.
22.
Now, maybe the bottom one wasn't, but he's nicely on this, but I don't think he can avoid the kiss on the other red, so it's not guaranteed to get perfect on the colour. Yeah, it wasn't guaranteed, but it's still just about okay. That's too thin, surely. Oh, goodness me. Well, in our day, John, they wouldn't have gone in, son.
30.
It certainly looked wide, didn't it? But at that pace, I suppose the nap just pulled it into the pocket.
Thank you. 31.
Well, obviously, there's a red will go. The one nearest to black, maybe the one nearest to pink will go. No, the one nearest to black it is. There you see, goes comfortably. Didn't want to play it too slow, so
39.
decided to go up for the blue. And I think there's a red on the other side now, on the left of that little cluster of 5, which is available into the right-hand corner.
.44.
So red colour red. And he'll go into the
45.
interval with a 3-1 lead. The second game was a little bit scrappy, but apart from that, he scored really well. I think there might be a plant there, Willie. The 2 reds just below the pink.
Yes, looks like he's played for those, and I was just looking at the stats. I mean, Ken will feel very, very fortunate. He's managed to pinch one of the 4 frames. Well, he may have gone enough here.
Foul.
Yes, it's a shame that, and he's 67 in front with
Junhui
68
52.
on. Mind you, Ken's got 4 to go on, so he can actually still win, Ken. So it's not over yet. I forgot about the 4.
A little bit of inexperience there, wasn't it, from Ding Junhui? He only needed the red. Shouldn't have got anywhere near the middle pocket. Just a little bit of inexperience there. He'll kick himself if he loses this frame. And it's not beyond the realms of possibility that he could.
Yes, I was about to say that Ken will be almost, if you can ever be pleased to be 3-1 behind, I think this is a case where Ken could be. because he's literally not been in this match at all, and to have even won a frame is done well. 141, 81 and 52 from Junhui. Doesn't want to kiss the red off the side cushion in playing this safety shot. Well, he nearly did, but it's okay.
And Doherty in one of those funny situations. The red just below the pink will cut in the right corner, but he can't afford to take it on. He's 64 behind, and there's only a possible 67 left on the table. So any red he gets, he needs a high value colour. That's why he's deliberately overcut that red. And that's a pretty good shot. Junhui, of course, just looking for the one red, which he's already potted once.
Yes, good safety shot that. Reluctant, of course, to play the easier safety shot off the red off the side cushion, which Ken might do now. It's a big target in being behind the baulk colours. With them both being off the spot, both yellow and green, make that little area quite nice to get in behind. Just has to avoid the double kiss with the white on the way back when playing this shot. No, too much check side, I think. Slowed the cue ball down a little bit too much, and this red's on. That's a poor shot. Ken's not usually that lax.
Yeah, as you say, just a little bit too much check. He just caught the red a fraction fuller than intended. So this red would clinch the frame, put him 65 up with only 59 left. In it goes.
1.
And that green going in probably means that Ken Doherty will not come back to the table.
4.
And he'll be looking now to go to the dressing room, mid-session interval. He's not done a lot wrong, in fact hardly anything wrong. But when this young man's potting
5.
balls like that, what can anybody do? Well, he's giving us a potting exhibition, but I don't think he'll be carrying on much longer.
8.
But an excellent start to the match.
8 in the frame. Junhui.
So Junhui leads Ken Doherty out of the arena, and he leads after the first 4 frames by 3-1. Well, it was a good pot, but it was a horrendous kick he got. It threw the cue ball well wide. The sound, boom. Something went thud. It's a pity, it was a good pot. I think that's what makes him a dangerous player, Willie. The fact that most long pots he plays, I fancy him getting. I know he's missed one already in this frame, but he's a very solid cueist, isn't he?
Yes, he's one of the hardest practices in the game as well. I mean, the fact that he's come over here without friends or family and living in Wembley, he spends, you know, virtually most of the day practicing. And you get yourself in that grooved cue action for those long shots. Even if he misses them, he seems to at least catch the jaws, so he's cueing very nicely.
Yes, and if you watch him here, there'll be no movement whatsoever. See? Solid as a rock.
1.
It's impressive. It's impressive.
Yes, took the long delayed pause at the back, right through the middle of the cue ball. This is a tough putt, though. This, in fairness, is tougher than the opening red because he's going to have to push through the pack. Well, he's played it nicely and pushed through them nicely. Another excellent shot.
7.
Going through this, he can. Well, I'm surprised he's not running it through for the pink. He's going to screw off for the blue. Well, he's found the gap for the black. Didn't look on, did it?
8.
Don't really see the value in playing it like that, to be honest, because he's going to tie the black up now with this shot. It's going to go up on the brown spot area. He had a chance of developing a few reds there and playing for either blue or pink, but played the shot nicely.
Now, where does the black go? Obviously, the black spot's not available. Highest available, the brown spot.
15. 16.
But rolls that in nicely on the blue. There's 2 loose reds. They're both available into the left corner. Well, I suppose if you were being picky, you could maybe run a little bit too far. Wouldn't want to be playing a cannon into the cluster. Can he hold it? Yes, he can.
$21. 22.
Doesn't appear to be any more loose reds now, so it's essential to get an angle. I'd rather go into the bunch here off the blue. I wouldn't want to be going into off the pink. But pink is his choice. The reason I say the blue, it's such a wide target. Look, you know, you've got plenty of room. Going in from the pink, he's only got that little joint of reds just above the line of the pink.
Yes, and can he generate enough pace to open them up? Oh, he's playing for one. The second from the left. He thinks he's on, and I think he's right.
34.
Yeah, definitely is, John, and we felt there was nothing left, but he found one. And he will be bringing another red into play at least here. Now, has he been fortunate? Well, everything's going his way at the minute. I mean, if that stops 2 inches shorter, it's end of break.
Yeah, he didn't want to be straight on this blue, but maybe he has just got the angle to stun across the left-hand side of the table for a choice of reds. Oh, he has. Perfect. Played it well, but you can't beat that run of the ball, can you?
40.
But he is a good player and a nice player to watch. I like the way he's piston-like pushed through the cue.
41.
And he looks in complete control. And he's one of those players, and this is the feeling that probably Ken Doherty's getting while he's sat in his chair, that he just doesn't look as though he's going to miss an easy shot. And they were the worst kind of players to play, weren't they, Willie? When you sat there hoping that you're going to get back to the
47.
table.
Well, Ken's got a little bit of hope there. He's underhit this one. He can still play the cut into the corner. What he doesn't want to do is bring reds into play. He's 45 points in front. It's worth the risk, this cut. The thing is, when you play a shot like this, always play it at a pace to give the red a chance of getting away from the pocket. So you'd play this harder than you would do normally, just to try and clear the red from the pocket. Raoul refused the pot. I don't say that. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't blame him for refusing it.
Junhui, 47.
Oh no, this is getting embarrassing. This is getting a little bit embarrassing at the moment, as well as knocking the black safe as well.
Good hit from Ken. He must be getting very, very frustrated here. Gotta hang on in there, though. Maybe things will change round. They did for Jimmy White yesterday.
Yes, the stats tell us in this match that Ken's highest break is only 20, and I can't remember him being in the balls apart from, I think, once or maybe twice in the whole match where he's had a chance to score. Every time he seems to be coming to the table, he's either snookered, hampered, or having to play a safety shot. There's another example. Now that's a good shot. That's not running the ball. That's an excellent shot from Junhui. Got to be careful here. He could kiss the pink here playing a swerve. Very difficult shot to play, that was.
Foul. And a miss. Junhui, 4.
Now he may have the balls replaced, but he's looking at a possibility of, with the brown going next to the yellow, he was looking at an alternative, but he didn't have one. Now Jan's got to be very, very precise here where this white was, because let's show you where it was first of all. Ken's giving me a little bit of help. That's where it was, look, just about a couple of inches off the cushion. I think at the moment where it's been replaced is about an inch too far forward, but
Yeah.
What was that programme? The golden shot. Left a little, right a little. A little bit more.
yes, you're obviously old enough to remember that, John. It was before my time. But the same shot being played.
Bernie the Bolt it was. Super shot. Well played, Ken.
Another tempter for Ken. Not got a good track record with this kind of shot today so far. That's better.
1.
And perfect on the pink to move reds into play. And how important was it once again for Junhui to put the black out of commission earlier on with that fortunate safety? That could play a big part in this match now, that black. With a chance of Ken getting back into it or going out of the match. 5-1 behind, you wouldn't fancy him.
7.
Good chance this, though.
Eight.
Oh, Ken's just got over the 100 points, but on the right-hand side there you can see the dominance of his opponent. 448.
Well, that was a terrible contact.
15.
We saw it quite clearly. Look at this. Bump. Fortunately, the red went in. He's not got the position he would have liked on the pink, but, well, he'll settle for it. He's under a little bit of pressure at the moment, is Ken Doherty.
$21. $22.
Well, I don't know whether I'd have elected to play that shot. There's a theory, don't try and move a red off a red. He's come very straight, he's near the cushion. Made the pink missable.
Ken Doherty, 22.
Could have cost him the frame.
Yes, exactly the same scenario as the previous frame, wasn't it? Where he didn't quite get on the black nice. He played a forcing shot to get up for the yellow, missed it. There, didn't get on the pink properly. A forcing shot to get out of the red, missed it again.
1.
As my colleague just mentioned, apart from that bad shot, I was going to suggest that he was a certainty to win the frame. He's now got a little bit of work to do with the cue ball. Just got to avoid both green and pink if he plays it up and down for this red. There's enough room to go around the back of the pink. And he's played it the other way around. It's option's choice which way you play that shot, but I'd have preferred to play it off 2 cushions so you couldn't not be on this red.
6.
It's still on it, but only just.
I think Junhui, 6.
Well, he looked certain to clinch the frame there, having been left the easy opener, but he didn't. 33 points in front, 35 left. It's a tall order for Ken. The black safe, the pink safe, the 2 colours that he needs to get on off this last red.
Well, Ken obviously decided to take the double on, and that was very, very risky. And where the colours are now, Junhui is strong favourite to take a 5-1 lead. Never like a player playing a double, but where the balls were and it was frame ball, can't really blame him for taking it on. Yes, it's plenty of balls to get snookers behind here if Ken decides to play the safety shot. As long as he gets the pace right, you've got to be very close to a snooker this. Just caught the yellow, though. 33 points in it.
might help Ken Doherty eventually. The black is now in a potable position. He can't play the pot off this, surely, and get position, can he? Well, he's trying it. If he pots the blue, he can tie.
1.
I would think that that's what he's thinking is. Pots the blue, he's 27 behind, 27 left.
Six. Okay. 8.
Ken having a look at the scoreboard, he's well aware of the situation. He needs the remaining colours to tie.
11.
So much difficulties are here. The pink. And this brown is no gimme if he plays it a lot of pace to get up for the blue. Oh, that was a good shot.
15.
Well, this will be a remarkable frame, even to get to the respot black. Mentioned earlier, in case you didn't hear, that he's got cotton wool in his ear. He's just had a bit of an ear infection, which he said he's getting better. He'll feel a lot better if he can win this match. Well, he's decided to leave himself the double on the pink. No pun about Ken being from Dublin, but it's double the pink and on the black to tie. It's there. And he's on the black.
26.
What a tremendous performance.
Ken Doherty, 33.
Well, that was a remarkable clearance, wasn't it? He's done half the job. He now has to complete the job with the respot. Referee Jan Verhaas will give the option of the toss of the coin to both players. Ken's the only one that speaks English out of the two, so...
Ding. Head. It is a head, it's your
ding,
choice.
his head. So he's putting Ken Doherty into bat. Well, this is massive, isn't it, again, this frame? Ken made a break of 20 and went in a frame earlier on. The only frame he has on the board, he's made a break of 33 in this frame. Will that be enough to win the frame? Ken's turn to have a bit of good fortune.
Yeah, the only thing is with this, he's left the cue ball close to the black, so you'd expect a better safety shot from Junhui. You just feel if Ken Doherty's got to have any chance in this match, he's got to win this frame. And he's got a chance. There's muffled applause, but that's not a good shot. Black on the brown spot. Ken will be taking this on. Needs to get it.
Favoured the overcut just in case to make sure he got a good white, but he'll be taking this on Junhui. This is 50-50 for me. This is not easy at all.
Yeah, when they're three-quarter ball pots like this, there's no thought of it going safe, but I think the type of balls he's been knocking in, he'll fully commit to this. Well, he didn't, did he? He tried to play it with pace, so if it didn't go in, he might get away with it. But has he?
Well, it's a horrible little shot, but he can play it slow enough, and he's bound to get a good, decent white. So the only thing that can go wrong here for Ken, should he miss it, that it catches the top jaw and just comes straight back at him. Just catches the top jaw and comes straight back at him. That's what's happened. This is cuttable. That's a mistake. Whenever you play that kind of shot, always favour the near jaw. Well, really, it was a frame that Doherty deserved to win. He battled really, really hard, but Junhui had the easiest of blacks to go further clear. He's one away from victory as he leads by 5 frames to 1.
Thank you. The 7th frame.
Hit the middle red of the 3 reds on the outside of the bunch. He will remain on the bottom red in the corner. Playing this one at pace is missable, whereas if he just plays it just with a little touch of right hand side, hit that middle red of those 3 and he'll be on that bottom red. Now here's the side going in now. There's the Ken. He's hit the wrong red first. Unlucky there. He played the shot nicely, just a little bit too much side. Just watch this come off the cush there. He's playing for the middle one of the 3, just that little bit too much side to catch the opening red. But a nice break of 36, and Doherty once again playing catch up. Well, it's there again. Everything Ken does is going wrong. Now, does the black pot? If the black pot pots, it's end of frame and match. If it doesn't, Ken can breathe again. It doesn't.
Brown. Blue. Ding Junhui 1.
We've talked a few times about inexperience. That was one occasion there. He's 37 in front, which is a nice lead. Put a colour safe if you're playing safe off a colour. Don't leave it in open play. Ken's time to have a bit of good fortune there. Can he miss hit the safety? That's possibly the best pot of the game. There was pressure on that pot because if he mishit it, he would have cannoned into the red to the left of the black spot. That was a fabulous shot. And once again, John Berger mentioned earlier, very little movement of the head. Excellent pot.
Ding Junhui 1.
Yeah, he'll have to brush up on that shot. OK, he's just got the snooker, but he's supposed to leave the cue ball tight to the yellow. He's a little bit heavy-handed with that type of shot. As we said before, good shot, Ken. He's not 18 until the 1st of April. And although that was a good shot from Ken, he's left this red to the right corner. And I think Junhui can just get through to hit the cue ball in the middle. And if he knocks this red in and gets on a colour, it should be a match winner. And match balls are always that little bit more difficult, aren't they? And he's missed. And a chance for Ken Doherty.
One.
Well, in Ken's career, he's obviously played quite a few bad shots. I would say that's up there with the very best of them. He's overhit that by 3 feet. Well, he was fortunate there because that red only just cut in. Doesn't want to be straight on the brown. It's okay. So that's a reprieve. Needs to make sure he doesn't play another careless positional shot here. Needs to win this frame at this visit.
Well, once again, not the best positional shot. He needed to be straight on this red. He's got a little bit of work to do now with the cue ball.
Well,
surely he's on the blue. He'd be unlucky not to be on it. Obviously very tight. If he's not on the blue, he's in big trouble. Well, we're not right behind the line of it. Yes, he can pot that.
$19. 20. $25. 26.
Needs an angle. Has he got the angle? It looks relatively straight.
33.
Yeah, that wasn't a good shot. He's going to have to play this at pace, and we've seen these miss this week. Yes, it
34.
went in, and because he's low on the black now, a cannon needed to hold for the reds. He won't have a lot of idea where the second red's going. He's just got to kiss this half ball, and he'll be on the one he kisses, but where's the other red going to go? Where's the other red going to go? Still potable. He's okay.
41.
This is his highest break of the match so far, and what a time to get it. He needs it desperately.
42.
Shouldn't be a problem now.
Oh, what's he done there?
47.
Overrun that by a good 2 feet. Should have been straight on this red. It caused him to miss it.
Doherty, 47.
And that was a great opportunity for Ken there to win the frame at that visit. And when you're behind and in a situation like Ken is, it certainly helps if you can win frames at one visit. Lucky to leave the snooker. Just to look where this goes. It's not bad. Much too thin, that. It wasn't an easy shot with the cue ball being so close to the side cushion. Now does Junhui go for this? He's 9 points behind. He's such a good potter, you'd expect him to. Surprised he didn't stun that in. You raised a point at the beginning of this frame, Willie, when Ding Junhui was in amongst the balls. How would he be getting over the winning line? He's looked a little bit edgy, this frame, for the first time in the match to me. Now, this is a tricky little shot for him. If he hits the red as much as he can see, he looks certain to going off in the left corner pocket. So playing it thin, he was going to knock it towards the other corner pocket, the red, but got it thin enough and it came away. Safe enough. And went for the double. And, well, when they get that close, you're never certain where the red's going to finish. I think he may have got away with it. Oh, not left the pot, but he could be snookered behind the blue next shot.
This is one of those where you hit and hope. He's hoping to catch this half ball and try and just leave plenty of distance between cue. He could play it really slow and risk putting it on the cushion, but if you play it slow and hit it thin, you're leaving an easy pot on. Whereas risk the slow one.
Foul. And a miss.
If you're playing it slow, you've virtually got a guarantee hitting it. Because if you just glance by it, you leave a pot in the middle pocket. Most players would play this at pace.
Just have a look from that side, okay? Okay, you happy? Yeah.
Now, has he got away with it? Has he potted the white? He's done neither, and I think he has got away with it, really, as good as he could have expected. Oh, this is... he could play the stun down for the black and play the pot, but it's far too risky, surely. Good safety shot here. Well, he's a terror, isn't he? He wants to go for everything. And John's discussed with me a couple of times on commentary about the winning post. I think sometimes you can try and get a little anxious and try and get there too soon. But he had a result there where the Reds finished.
It's always dangerous when you're issuing a red that thin. You're going to knock it towards the corner pocket, and that's what he's done. Ken Doherty, 5 points in front. So red colour, yellow, green, brown would probably be enough.
1.
The problem is, of course, the green is not on its spot, and it's not going to be that easy to get on. If he plays the brown, he's going to need the blue. He's probably not even bothered about that. His big problem is getting from yellow to green.
Six.
Yes, he couldn't help but leave himself a bit of distance. And he's a little bit fortunate that he didn't leave that yellow. He's run safe. Where's the yellow going? Well, it's not going in the pocket, which is what Ken would have been
Quiet now, please.
hoping.
Thank you.
So now, 11 points behind Ding Junhui. He needs up to and including the pink. This could be the key. Can he get good position on the green? He's trying to disturb the green. Oh, well, he nearly disturbed it with the pink. But he's not the pink safe now, and that's the ball that he'll need if he's going to win the frame at this visit. Doesn't look as though the green's on. He won't be winning this visit.
Yes, I think the green into the pink is the shot here, and try and get the white back in behind the black. That's a good shot. It's just a case of where the white finishes. And a good result. He played a good shot there, brought the pink into play, got a good white. OK, the green's a bonus. If Ken plays this at pace, it's going to be in the lap of the gods what happens here.
Yes, it's one of those that we always say. It's not hitting the green. I think he's certain to hit the green. He's just going to come off the baulk cushion. But can he get the green safe? If he doesn't, this could be his last shot in this year's Masters.
Excellent. I don't think this is cuttable. Great shot. Very risky the way he played that, because if you catch them thick, you don't get the white on the cushion, but he played it nicely. This is not so easy to get safe.
Where's the green? It's run safe, and I don't know whether Ken can get past the brown. No, he's snookered. So, Junhui was very fortunate again there. And Ken with the old problem. He's not hitting it. Can he get it safe? And the answer is no. The outcome of this match is now out of Ken Doherty's hands. He's left the easy green. I suppose the only problem is the brown won't go into the far right corner because of the pink, so he's a little bit more work to do with the cue ball. But what a chance to win frame and match. Oh, played that well. Really got into that and really controlled the cue ball. He needs brown, blue and pink for a famous victory.
7.
He may have had a good run of the balls, but he's also scored very well. Set the seal on the match, really, when he
12.
opened up the first frame. Ken Doherty broke off, knocked in a tremendous long red. Made the highest break in the tournament so far, 141. And just this pink to clinch victory. In it goes. Good performance. Run of the balls. He'll admit that. But Ken Doherty just wasn't strong enough to keep this young Chinaman from going through to the quarter-final. It's Junhui who runs out the winner. 6 frames to 1.